I discovered what really went down at my fiancée's bachelorette party. I don't think I can marry her anymore. My fiancée is the love of my life. She's my ideal woman, and I wouldn't change a thing about her. But recently, I had started feeling insecure about our relationship. I'm not proud to admit it, but I decided to snoop on her phone last night. While looking through her phone, I saw a notification go off. A message from her friends about the bachelorette party came in, so I started obsessing over it like a stalker from TV. I stayed up all night checking her computer and Facebook messages and discovered she had cheated during the party. By cheating, I don't mean getting a stripper or something, which I would be okay with. I understand it's a bachelorette party, but she actually gave a stripper some slop and ended up going home with another one that night. She has this other guy added on Facebook, but the chat merely consists of a message that says, "Had a good time," and it was nice. She has this other guy added on Facebook, but the chat merely consists of a message that says, "Had a good time," and it was nice to meet you. The date goes back to the night of the bachelorette party. They had a small group, and I found out what she'd done there. It all seems as if it was a one-time thing, but I'm a mess. I haven't slept all night, and she's headed for work in an hour. We were supposed to get married in 3 weeks. We were planning on buying a house together, having kids, and growing old. I feel like I want to throw all of that out the window. I'm sitting here smelling like liquor, feeling sloshed and depressed. When I was outside taking a smoke about 15 minutes after leaving, she had woken up. She noticed the drinks out and asked me what I'd been up to. She came to give me a kiss and a hug. I followed through with it, but honestly felt empty doing it. I didn't want to give her any hints of what I knew. She asked why I had been drinking and why I didn't come to sleep last night. I told her I was just having some nightmares, but everything was fine. I felt detached, like I was watching myself in the third person. She asked if any stress was related to the marriage plans, and I just told her, "I love you. How can you be stressed about the best thing in your life?" She got herself ready and left for work. I started packing my most important things. I called and canceled the venue where we were supposed to be having the wedding. They took 15% of the money for canceling early, but I really don't care at this point. I saved screenshots of everything and took them with me. Around 1 p.m., I called a taxi and went to stay at a hotel about 60 miles away from my city. I didn't leave any notes. I just left. I needed some alone time to process what had happened. At around 3:30 p.m., my phone started getting spammed with calls from my ex-fiancée. I started getting calls and messages from her sister, her friends, her parents, my parents, and our mutual friends. The only people I called back were my parents. I basically spilled the beans and told them a nicer version of what happened. I asked them not to say anything. I told them it's ended, it's over, and that I won't be getting married anymore. I didn't tell them exactly what happened, just that I found out she wasn't being loyal to me. Around 5 p.m., my dad called me back and told me my ex-fiancée was completely hysterical and had broken down, not understanding what was going on. I just told my dad not to intervene and that I needed some alone time. Her sister knew about what happened at the bachelorette party, and I have the texts to prove it. She even laughed about it and told her not to feel guilty because it was a bachelorette party and that women should just go all in on that night. I feel like Neo in The Matrix, dodging bullets in slow motion. Instead of bullets, I have dodged a floozy wife, unwanted children, endless fights, and tons of depression. Unfortunately, she has broken down and is begging me to take her back. So is her sister and her friends, and they've come up with the worst excuse for what actually happened. I picked up the phone, and the first thing I heard was a torn voice. I could hear she had been crying all day. She kept begging me to come back, saying there was an explanation for everything and that she loved me. She said I had misunderstood the entire situation. I told her to explain it to me right then and there. She said because I only saw a small part of the conversation, it had all been misunderstood, that I should come back home, and that I had made an irrational decision to leave. During the entire conversation, I was just giving really short, empty answers in a cold manner. After she told me it was all a misunderstanding, I told her to call me back in 10 minutes and to check Messenger. After I hung up, I sent her the entire conversation with a ton of screenshots. Not all of them, but most of the important ones. It didn't take 2 minutes for her to call back, crying hysterically, saying she was sorry for everything and that she wanted to die rather than lose me. She said she was forced by her friends and her sister to have fun one last time and that she needed to let all the energy out before stepping into a marriage for life. I stayed silent. She confided in me about the severity of the situation. When I asked for more details, she hesitated before explaining. I need to think about it. She then told me that her sister was turning into a dangerous situation of wanting to unlive herself because of all of this. The only thing I said after she told me that was, "It's a good thing you're close to her so you can make sure she doesn't do that to herself. Maybe take her to a doctor or something." After this, I just hung up. My phone has been blowing up with messages from everyone. I couldn't finish the entire story in this short. Full story is on my channel and linked below.